All right. 4:31 on a Friday afternoon, Central Time. We are listening to a track by one of my students, Kyle Cornelison, actually one of many tracks off his new album, Act 1 Void Space. So I'm just going to let it give another kind of minute here, just kind of chill out for a second as I get kind of check everything here. If you are in the room, please let me know by typing in the chat. That would be very helpful. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll do the pop-out chat. There we go. Okay, that's better. All right, I'm just going to do a testing the chat. So yes, if you are here with me and you're logged in, feel free to... Oh, there we go. All right. All right, let me... Oh, I did not mean to do that. Okay. So thank you for showing up, just kind of letting me be in your space for a little bit. This is a new thing I am doing to try to build a little community. Also kind of open myself up for other opportunities. For my students, kind of see me in a different light, kind of, my interest and things, because a lot of times we don't get to dive into that. Some of my students know me on a more personal level, but this is an opportunity for me to do that with my students. Musicians, friends, anybody that's kind of coming in from my Facebook, other sources, family. This is just if you know me, I am not the I'm not the most outspoken person, but this is a great opportunity for me to kind of practice those things, and I really love talking about music and experiences and sharing stories. So that's pretty much what this is for. Feel free. Oh, thank you very much, Courtney. Driving and you sound great. Awesome. Let's see here. Who else is in here? Let's see. Looks like someone else is in the Twitch stream. So we are in a YouTube and Twitch stream. The reason for that is I've already got a decent YouTube following. I'm trying to build or experiment with Twitch to see if that may be a viable solution for some other type of projects. So we'll see what happens there. So I think that kind of covers why I'm doing this. So if you are listening, feel free. What is the AMA, right? Ask me anything. If you got any questions, if I'm talking about something, and feel free to type it in. Regards to really anything. So this is kind of a brand new experience for me. So this is a good opportunity to kind of work out the kinks. Hopefully my stream doesn't do wonky things. I've been testing it and trying to get things refined. So we'll see. All right. So the opening track was a piece of music that was composed by one of my former students who is at TCU. He is double majoring in piano performance and composition. Oof, that's a crazy load. I can tell you that. So this past year, we had really focused on his classical composing skills, but this is more in the kind of electronica. So I did want to kind of share a little bit more of this with you. if you're watching. So let me just pull this on the screen. We're going to give Kyle a little bit of uh, justified, uh, well, let's say marketing. All right. So if you go to your Apple Music or Spotify, pretty much every streaming source, look up Kyle Cornelison. The album is titled Act One Void Space. So he's really into science and space um, and check that album out. He would appreciate that. Give it a thumbs up. That would be awesome. I'm just going to kind of check through some of these here. We'll listen to the beginnings of these. So it's you can kind of tell it's very soothing. It kind of fits the kind of galactic, maybe like an interstellar kind of sound. So yeah, that'll be a really good one to play, maybe on a winter night with fire, just in the background. I've already listened to it. It's fantastic work, and he's just starting. So, um, anyways, give him a shout out. That would be awesome. So, let's see here. I've got some things I wanted to share. I guess before we get into that, I wanted maybe see, what are people's plans for the holidays. Um, Feel free to write that out or just, you don't have to, but uh, I did want to mention this because um, it's very interesting to me and to our family. A very different thing that's happening this year, where um, we are staying in town for because we have family here down in Bastrop. However, my wife is taking a kind of like a 3 day sabbatical, um, and so first time to kind of really be away from family, and she's going to go to some awesome state parks. She's going to have like a home base, but then go to these, make the day trip to these awesome state parks. Of course, Texas state parks are amazing. But, and yeah, so she's going to have a home base, but then she's going to travel to these state parks and be gone for 3 days having these adventures. And then I'm going to be with the kids for 3 days straight, just us. And so I'm really looking forward to it. I'm kind of putting a plan together at the same time, kind of leaving the door open to do a bunch of fun stuff. So that's going to be happening right after Thanksgiving. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, bam. Um, Favorite foods? Anybody got any favorite foods? Sweet potato casserole for me. Homemade tamales. Now, that's a kind of a funny story because we have a family member that brings homemade tamales. Started doing that when she when she became part of our family. Um, and so like since then, like if I don't have tamales and like good ones, like I just feel like a void. So and then chocolate pecan pie is probably my favorite dessert. All of that stuff is super rich in fat. But anyways, I hope that everyone has an awesome Thanksgiving with your traveling plans and just having a good time. So um, I want to talk about who said that you can do it, Dad. Oh, my my mother-in-law is giving me the thumbs up for. I'm assuming she's talking about 3 days with the kids. So you can let me know if that's the case or not. Um, every time I do these, I want to talk about. I want to share an experience of mine because I've got quite a few. I think that you would be interested in hearing. This one is about my trip to New Orleans, and it was. This happened earlier this summer. Uh, I don't know if anyone has been there. I'm sure whoever's listening, maybe half of you have been there, maybe a quarter. But if you've not been, it's such a wealth of history, knowledge, obviously music. They really kind of not just like a birthplace of jazz, but it's really kind of a birthplace of like culture, right? With art. It's just fantastic. So I've got a slideshow, so we can kind of look through. If you've never been, I'll just kind of give you a little bit. And I had some interesting experiences. Ran into a few really pretty fascinating things. So I'm going to pop this up here. And I got to push a couple buttons to make sure this doesn't do the wrong thing. Give me a second. All right. And take the loop back off. So when you enter New Orleans, you are greeted by a band. It's pretty awesome stuff. Make sure we got sound here. All right, I wanted to just get that first part there. I think I stopped recording because I didn't feel right like recording the entire time because I really wanted to soak it in. But yeah, that like gets you right into the mood. It's like no matter how you're feeling on the plane, you know, I was fine. I was excited, but you get off and it's just very joyful. Okay, so we can kind of go through some pics here. This was first place the 8 little cafe. So I stayed at let's see. I stayed right off Bourbon, and there's the thing about New Orleans is that like each block is kind of like different space. It's a different vibe that's happening. It's really fascinating, especially when you walk down Bourbon Street. So, I mean, you see snakes everywhere, everywhere. So if that weirds you out at first, then just wait a second and you'll just kind of get used to it. And the street performers are just amazing. I can, we'll I gotta pause it for a second. These kids, I mean, some of them are like 7, 8, 9, and they're just out there jamming. It's pretty awesome. I think these are a little older, but there were some other groups. Wait, hold on. Oh, I needed to click. All right, something's happening with one of my streams. So, anyways, it's like they have these all these sections on bourbon, and the further you go down, the more adult it gets, I guess. That's the only way I can think about it. So, let me just kind of flip through these a little bit. So this is when you get to the kind of the end of Bourbon Street in this section, and then you can see really the split between the commercial district and then the arts district. It's pretty fascinating. And then this is the other direction there. Now, this is where the story gets interesting. When I was walking back, so this is the first day there, when I was walking back, there was a huge truck, like a moving truck, but it was more commercial. Had all of this gear. I guess I'd never seen a truck with that type of truck before. So I didn't think nothing of it. Well, when I get back to the hotel, there is a huge crowd. And so this is this is the start of it actually. So this crowd, this is outside my hotel window. All right. So it's already nighttime, but there's nothing really happening except for a vigil. So I'm looking here, and like this vigil is set up here. Now this picture that I'm taking right now, this is later in the night. I guess I forgot to put that in the slideshow. But this vigil was set up. There was people gathering, but there was really nothing there. There was no gear, so no way to know that what this was. It looked like someone had maybe passed away, and so it was an anniversary. That's what it looked like to me, or some kind of, I don't know, seance or whatever, because we're in New Orleans, right? Well, then later that night, and I think this is the second time I went out, I see this guy, and I'm like, he's got this hat, this special hat. It's like, wait a minute, he looks familiar. Does anybody know who Isaiah Whitlock is? And if you do, you can type in the chat, or you may be nodding. Let me show you a picture. Let me pop this up here. All right. So he plays in a lot of TV shows. Plays a range of characters, but he's most famous for The Wire from HBO. So he was outside the hotel, and they were practicing a scene. They were setting up for a scene, and that was my first time I had ever seen anything like that. So here I am at first night of my hotel in New Orleans, and they've got a movie crew setting up, and Isaiah Whitlock, who's really kind of a cultural icon, a meme icon, I guess, where there's certain mannerisms and things he says that people just say all the time. So that was pretty awesome. Let me get back into this here. Let's see here. It looks like, ooh, did my iPad freeze up? Hold on a second here. Let me see if this, yeah. Oh, you know what? No, I'm going to switch back. I got too many things happening here. Okay. So this all leads up to, what were they filming? They were filming Your Honor. And I'm showing the pictures of the director's chairs. And this was literally right outside my hotel. I could look down. I could see all this activity happening. Isaiah Whitlock, the guy that you just saw, he was actually in my hotel and just chilling. Kind of had like a kind of reserved section for him. I did try to go get a pic, and I got rejected. So I didn't want to be that person. I didn't even get a pic of him. Just random go by, get a pic. Because I stayed at the hotel and I didn't want to be, I guess, a jerk. So I just kind of left him alone. But it was really fascinating. And to see all of this being set up in a matter of like 2 hours, maybe it was like, no, you know what? It was like 3 hours. I would say they got there around 5:30 or 6, and then they didn't even start filming till after 9. They were, and this was just for one scene. This is Bryan Cranston. I'm missing some details here, guys, but Bryan Cranston is obviously from Breaking Bad, tremendous actor. He's the lead, but he wasn't there, unfortunately. I thought I was gonna. I like the whole time I was there. I was like, I'm gonna run into Bryan on the elevator, right? I'm just gonna run into him, but it did not happen. Let's see what's here. Oh yeah, so that's got some more video here of the equipment moving right there, and then this is from my room. As they're still not finished. They're still getting stuff set up for lighting. The lighting is the most important thing. And okay, so that was it. So let me just kind of briefly kind of keep going through this here. The French market, really amazing. All the food, all of the accessories, anything that you want from New Orleans, just go to one place. French market is a great place to go, and it's right near the kind of like where the canal is, or the river. It just sits adjacent to that. So this is what it looks like inside, and it stretches for a pretty long time right there. And then this is just pretty awesome picture right there. The carriage, purple carriage. So then I took a double-decker bus, and so these are some of the tombs. And this was interesting because here we are getting into the commerce area, and then here's the aquarium. Here's the Superdome, and more Superdome. The World War II Museum. One of my colleagues' friends actually played there last week at a gig. And let's see. Okay, so we are going down.
You know, on the upper level, on warm summer nights, people would actually come out here and sleep, trying to catch a breeze from the Mississippi River. And see that cast iron and that wrought iron? Oh, honey, that was indicative of wealth. Those early Americans used to like to show off their money on the fronts of their homes with this cast iron and this wrought iron. And hey, this stuff wasn't cheap. You could not even buy this locally. All that cast iron and wrought iron, all that had to be imported from the South.
Okay, that's not the one I wanted to show you. Hold on a second here. Oh yeah, Magazine Street. So there's like 7 miles, I think. Maybe it's 6, but of just shops. And so she was always cracking jokes about the wife getting out at certain stops and go spending the husband's money. Okay, so let me see here.
Now, the houses over here, we call these antebellum homes. Antebellum is French from before the war.
Let's see.
That is where they filmed the reality TV show, The Real World, for 6.5 years. The movie trucks are out here every day. And also on your right, this white mansion. This was the Claiborne Mansion. This was the home of our very first American governor, William Claiborne. Now look,
it's hard to see, but if you... Oh, I can't do that.
That is where they filmed the reality TV show, The Real World.
Okay, I will just explain. So, on top, we have this like vinyl, and it was raining so hard, so fast, in a very short amount of time, that the vinyl was coming down and just like sogging, keep going down. And then all of a sudden the water would just burst out. And then the first person that it got completely soaked. And so the wind was coming in from different directions as well. So it was like a torrential rain, literally. Come to find out, this happens every day. Like literally each day I was there, the 3 days I was there, it did this almost the same time for about the same amount of time, for like 30 to 45 minutes. So that was really, really interesting. We all got really wet. Some people, I don't even know. I mean, most of us probably just went straight back to the hotel to get a change of clothes. So, let's see if there's anything else real quick here. I just took a couple of the pics. I'm a big Dirk Nowitzki fan, so there's a 41 from Fat Boys Pizza, and they literally have the largest slice of pizza I've ever had. So that was pretty awesome. And Joey Chestnut is the record holder. He's the one that does the July 4th hot dogs on ESPN. Then I got a pic of being at Willie's Chicken Shack. The menu, French toast. So this place was right off, close to the kind of where all of the shopping is, and it was just amazing. So well worth it. And then the New Orleans Jazz Museum. So I'm just going to kind of go through these quickly here. These the paintings are incredible. I was in here for probably about, wanted to be in there longer, but I would say about 2 hours. Here's Aaron Neville's piano. Fats Domino's piano. And this is the one that was found in after Hurricane Katrina. And this is exactly how it was, how it looked when they found it after the floods had receded. Exactly like that. And they kept it in that position. That's what it looks like from the other side. Incredible. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite photos right here. I wish I had this in vinyl. That's amazing. That would look good anywhere. And this is the artist palette. This is incredible. Just going there just to see this palette and the textures and everything is just well worth it. Aaron Neville's denim jacket. Dr. John. And yeah, this is a great picture. Kind of shows the diversity of New Orleans in one pic there. Louis Armstrong's cornet. All right, Fats Domino's Steinway. And a couple of prints. Aaron Neville, Dr. John. Okay, so, yeah, if you get a chance to go to New Orleans, I mean, there's more. There's a lot more there. I made trips to some other areas, but obviously, Bourbon Street, not very kid-friendly. If you stay in a certain area, it is. But then everything else outside of that is amazing. So next trip I take there, I'm going to definitely go outside of the kind of the area I was in. So let's see here. What else did I want to, I don't know. Oh yeah. So next time I do this, I want to share you my story of going to Dallas and being part of the Snarky Puppy recording sessions. That was, I mean, I'm a huge Snarky Puppy fan, Jazz Fusion. Some of you know who it is, some of you don't, but they're Grammy Award winning artist. They cross over from jazz to pop to rock to funk, all the different styles. They're really kind of not really any style, but they are incredible musicians. It is instrumental music, but the experience there, imagine going to see your favorite band, okay, in an intimate venue, all right, with other people who have who are there for the very same reason as you, right? And then being able to spend the entire night listening to them to record the album live, and also hanging out with those people, and then hanging out with the band members, and then going out to jam sessions and whatnot. So that was pretty awesome. So I want to share that at some point. Okay, so that is enough. What I want to do is I want to show you what I have been working on. So I'm not sure who is left, but I'm just going to kind of keep going here. And let's see. I'm going to check some things here. Looks like everything is still doing okay. My computer has not blown up yet, so all right. Who knows who Oscar Peterson is? Obviously, any of my jazz students kind of know that. So definitely, if you don't know them, who this person is, definitely check him out. He is someone that when I was studying jazz, I never really was never really focused on him as an artist. But as time grew and later I started to appreciate his skills, and then it was just it's just weird how it is with like your favorite musicians. Sometimes they don't become your favorite or one of your favorites till later on in life, because I was into everything. So sometimes when you're into everything, it's hard to like single out certain people. So I would like to. I think what I want to do is kind of show you what I'm into. Yeah. So kind of losing train of thought here, but let me share this video. We'll do that. We're going to listen to Oscar Peterson play one of his most famous pieces, the Blues Boogie Etude. Actually, it's just an improvised performance. But this is something just recently I started working with the student, and then I was like, I'm going to work on this myself. So let me pop it up here. Now it's going to be a little blurry because of the resolution. This is from the 70s, early 70s. All right, let's listen to a little bit of this. I might get a strike from Twitch for this, but oh well. All right, I'm going to pause it there, mainly due to Twitch has this thing that I'm streaming to YouTube and Twitch. It doesn't matter for YouTube, but uh, if you only stream a part of a video, then you can consider it fair use. Um, but you do the whole thing, then basically they can trace with their algorithm, they can be like, they can tie it to a recording. Um, and so I'm not sure about this one. I mean, this is not a recording that was not an official recording. It's just a live performance. But anyways, with that said, what I wanted to do with this is kind of show you how I work a few of the licks. I figured maybe I'd just kind of do a little bit of wood shedding. I think that'd be kind of fun since I am a music teacher, so why not? And if you're not able to watch this right now, you can always come back and look at it. But I did not um, I did not want to transcribe this because I don't have the time. Um, Meaning learn it by ear, right? So uh, that's the best way to do this. But so I figure, you know what? I'm just going to get a transcription. I've never sat down and actually tried to work on this particular thing. Um, so I got the transcription. I don't know, last week, and just kind of read through the whole thing slowly, just kind of working out some fingerings. But I'll just kind of pop it up here and just kind of give a little bit of insight to what I'm doing here. All right. So what I have here, I might be severely lagging because my video was doing great to start. So let me double check everything. Not bad. My video is in sync. It might be out of sync with audio. We'll see. So anyways, this starts right there where he opens up at the very beginning, like the bass guitar doing this kind of swing vamp. And then he comes in with this opening line. So I'm just going to take a look at this opening phrase right here. All right. I'll play it slowly and just kind of work through it. I'm just going to do just the right hand here. All right, so there's some interesting things here. Now, trying to analyzing Oscar Peterson or anything that's super advanced, sometimes you just gonna you could do a deep analysis on everything here, but I'm not. I'm just gonna point out a few things. So as I'm working through some phrases, my goal, my intention, is to get those up to speed quickly and comfortably and smoothly. So my goal is not to play through it and read through the piece. My goal is to really dig right into it immediately. Okay? So I'm going to take this first part, and it doesn't tell you most of these transcriptions don't tell you the fingering. So that's obviously the first big thing. You'll notice that I open my hand and before I cross over. So now we're just going to, well, my Apple Pencil, come on now. I'm going to have to do this by hand. So we see that there, okay? That really just outlines an F major chord. And most of the things that we're going to be when we really look at it, it's outlining some kind of chord structure or it's a transition. This is a transition right here to the next chord structure. So then I'm just going to take that like if that I couldn't get that up to speed quite yet, then I would just like work just on that. And it's just it's a cool little microscopic riff as well. So then I would take that, I see it's in the key, really F chord, then I can transpose it to G, So yeah, at that point, I'm going to probably transpose a little bit, get it locked down, and then I will never forget what that shape is, the opening line. All right, so let me go to the next part here. So now we have this here. That's kind of our next goal to get here. This is also outlined in an F. A and an F. All right, there's no C there, but you can still see the F chord there. And in between these notes here that I'm highlighting, okay, those notes are go in and out around that note A. All right, then and you can play it faster. You just go ahead and start speeding it up. Then I'm going to attach the two together. Now, if I'm reading the score, you know, I want to get this memorized as soon as possible. I really do. I don't want to be focused on the score reading that. So once again, I see these shapes. B flat to an F, to a C7, to an F. So, oops. And then going back, kind of working through things slowly, right? So, I don't know. This is this right here. I remember. And I would go ahead, you know, I would write in my fingerings as well. Then coming into that, I am skipping because it's supposed to be intentional like that. You're supposed to, you know, you want to play ideas with intention, like thematic things. So, okay. So that's land for today. And I can tell I'm kind of fatigued already. So, so I'm gonna show one up, and we have Christmas time, Christmas music, right? So I was just talking to one of my students earlier about. Oh wait, let me see. Audio is intermittently dropping out. I should have brought some water in here. Okay, so Christmas music to play through for the season. And we're talking about how Christmas and jazz, this is very kind of this nostalgic thing. And so where we have all of these holiday classics, the majority of the songs that we're used to hearing on the radio come from like 30s, 40s, 50s. Well, probably more 40s and 50s, maybe early 60s. Jazz and Christmas, there's a connection there. You know, whether it be like crooners or whether it be like Vince Guaraldi and Charlie Brown Christmas kind of things, or it was just having it in the background. So it's a great opportunity to like dive into to jazz music. I am working on a project right now. It's for my daughter, and let's see here. In a piano duet, or actually, sorry, arranging a piano duet. If you don't know of the artist Sia, Sia is, I mean, she writes, she's kind of like the modern, somewhat like the modern, like Willie Nelson, like just like her skill is songwriting. Today is Christmas, and it's my daughter's favorite Christmas album, and I think it's probably. I've got some comments that audio is dropping, but whatever. I'm gonna finish it up here. We're gonna listen to a little bit of the Candy Cane Lane, and that's the song that's album. Every Day is Christmas. All right, so we're just gonna pop that in here, and the song we're gonna listen to, just the first part, is Candy Cane Lane. All right. I'm probably going to get a strike for this.
Take a trip down Candy Cane, you win the colors of the rainbow. Take a trip down Candy Cane Lane with me. It's so magical, let's go there in your dreams. It's the best, so get dressed. I'll impress you with the lights and all the windows. Red and yellow and pink and green, orange and purple and blue. Christmas and pink and green, orange and purple and blue. Christmas is waiting for you. Christmas is waiting for you. Candy cane lane, bring a friend this holiday. Bring a friend who loves to play Winnie games. Oh, candy canes. Well, eat candy canes.
All right. So that is what we can call an earworm, regardless if you like it or not. So my songwriting, great songwriting on multiple levels. I would say each section of the song that has memorable melodies, like catchy. There's something about it. And then after the chorus, there's a post-chorus, and it just like really just hooks you. So it is a great song in that respect. Now I want to show you what I am working on. Let me pull it up here. All right. So what I did was, first off, there is no lead sheet for Candy Cane Lane. So this is part of my process of like arranging music. When I arrange music for students or to publish for whoever, teachers and students and just pianist, I will create a lead sheet first. So I'll get the nuts and bolts, the basics, that make sure you get the melody, get the chords, get the bass, so I do have a lead sheet version of this as well. Then I want to figure out, well, what do I want to do with this? So it could be just a lead sheet. But for this project, I wanted to create a piano duet, just so me and my daughter could have a special song to play. I wrote a trio last year. It was really fun. It was the Jingle Bell Boogie trio that I got my wife to, I got her to learn the one of the parts. So this is going to be kind of our special song this year. So I'll just kind of show you what it sounds like so far. Obviously, it's going to sound a little different. It's not doesn't have percussion and all of that. So here we go. The sound is not going to be the best piano sound. I had to change my piano VST because I was having some issues, but whatever. All right, so that is as far as I've gotten. So that's we have the intro, then we got the verse, then we got the chorus, and then we have this post-chorus that's over here. So my plan is now is I'm gonna return. I'll probably do a just a DS Alcoda. The second verse is tad different, so I need to figure that out. And then, but the rest of the song, there's the pre-chorus, chorus is pretty much the same. So I pretty much got it done. So all I have left to finish now is go in here and make more specific, get really more specific with it, get it looking nice and neat. And then I want to make a video of this with 2 hands or 4 hands. That's always neat to do. Basically, the idea, if you want to do 4 hands, you record one part up here, record the other part down here, and then you split the piano in half when you do your editing. Whoops. And then and you just make sure that you can't see yourself in the video. But if you do that, you can. It's a pretty neat little hack, video editing hack for getting 4 hands. Make a duet. So I'm going to make a duet. Do like a background, a cool background, Christmas background, and I want to have that finished by the end of next week. And then I'm going to hopefully get some sales from that, and then we'll have a duet that I can play with Lenovo. So that's what's going on. I've got other projects too that I'm just kind of involved in, but those are the main things. So I think I'm going to wrap it up. It's been an hour. And so I appreciate you coming. I kind of minutes or so sorry about that. But thanks for stopping by. I'll kind of make some tweaks. The next time I'm going to do a masterclass. So I'm switching from masterclass to Hangouts. I do plan on having a special guest for that.